Welcome back everyone to this week's episode. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about my story, but how I taught myself how to play the guitar. So again, I really appreciate you tuning into my channel. If you could go ahead and like this channel, subscribe to this channel, make sure that you stay updated on all the videos that I post about embracing your uniqueness. And that is about learning to share and enjoy your story and just having fun with self-development and teaching yourself and learning about yourself, loving yourself, accepting yourself, and growing with yourself. So I just was thinking about kind of going back a little bit in time to how I learned to play guitar. And this kind of goes back to young Isaac, about 11 years old. I wanted to start playing the guitar. Now, I played other instruments at the time. I fumbled around on the piano. My parents were really wonderful about exposing me to new opportunities and just, never treating me differently just because I was born differently from other people. And that just really gave me that push and that confidence to explore things on my own. So the guitar, and the reason why I'm using this right-handed guitar here, this is my fiance's guitar, but the first guitar I ever attempted to start learning on was my parents. My mom had a guitar, a right-handed acoustic guitar, and 11, 12 years old, I'm starting to listen to music that really starts to hit home to me, and I just wanted to be a part of it, and I wanted to express myself on that instrument. It seemed cool. There's rock stars out there doing great things on them, so I just really got involved in it. So I picked up my mom's right-handed guitar, but everything's upside down because I had to hold it as a left-handed player. But I would just learn the chords upside down, and I can still do it a little bit. It's a little bit tricky, but I guess, and it felt all right. The guitar's obviously set up to be played differently, and the tones don't come out the way that you want, but at least I was getting the ability to start. I would just use my left arm here as my pick side, and then just my right hand here held down all the chords, and that was nice, and that kind of got me started, and I really enjoyed playing that way for the time being. My parents noticed how much I really enjoyed playing that instrument, and the natural progression was to go ahead and get me my own first left-handed guitar. And so for Christmas, that was a big day for me. I remember being able to hold that first left-handed guitar, something that felt more natural. The chords made more sense to me, and I just felt like I was on top of the world. So I started to play, the left-handed guitar. I was able to expand more chords that I wanted to play, and things were really coming together for me, and I was just growing and growing and starting to write my own little songs, and I just felt really connected to the instrument. And I would just play using, my left arm still like a mallet, which was fine. It just had a little bit of limitations. Now, this is when in the world of self-development, we can think about, changing the way you perceive how things should be done, how things have been done, or what's known to you. And mind you, I was a young kid at this time. This is probably now 14, 15. I started thinking, wow, I really want to play with a pick, because with a pick, I think I would be able to have more precision, and I'd be louder, I'd be able to rock out better, and I could just hear what in my head, I could hear the songs, played differently than I was able to play at the time. So I never reached out to any prosthetics I didn't even reach out to my parents really about this problem I was facing. I figured the solution was within me. I was teaching myself all the chords anyway, and I was teaching myself everything about the guitar that I was learning. So I I knew that inside me there was that confidence. And I can't believe just how much insight I had as a child, just believing in yourself. And I know, I just wish that more people, and I wish myself sometimes that I would remind myself just how many solutions are inside of us if we just forget about public opinion, how things look or how things should be done or not done, and just start believing in yourself and allowing yourself to be creative and trusting that you can figure things out. And it may not look like how other people do things, but if it's your way and it's your journey, it's going to be so much more special and impactful, and you'll learn to just trust yourself. And there I was, a young kid, and I knew I could play better than I was playing at the time. I just had to trust myself. So I'm in my parents' basement in our house, where I'm just hanging around looking for ways to play with a pick. My brother played guitar and other instruments as well, so we did have picks laying around. And I was just like, oh gosh, man, this would be amazing if I could just get this pick to be here, because I could just go ahead and really get this to set like this. And now, this is when things get fun. My dad is a big radio collector, and he's constantly shipping radios all around the world. And especially at that time, he was really big into it. And he had this tape that was laying around. This is called strapping tape. And now I have tried every single version of tape in the world, I bet, on which tape worked the best. Strapping tape had the best feel. Now you'll have to just trust me on this. And everyone always comes up to me and says, have you ever tried this? Have you ever thought about this? Have you ever tried this? Do you ever think about having someone make you this? And like I said, that's when things in life get so confusing, when you just take everyone's opinion or you wait for someone else to solve your problems or your issue at the time. My issue was I wanted to learn how to play guitar. I wanted to be able to do it kind of on my own terms, because I was doing so much of it on my own terms anyway. So just, everyone back off. I got this. So I did. I just started taking, simple scissors, cut off a little piece of tape there, and I hooked that tape. I put the pick on the tape just like so, and there it was. I had this little, pick with a little piece of with the tape to start, because I knew I could now just tape this onto my hand, and I'm going to show you that process too. So that's what I started with, and I just started wrapping tape around my hand, and I didn't know what I was doing. I just thought that this was going to be a great idea. It's funny, my dad was, I think he caught on that I was using the tape pretty quickly, because, after I would play, there would be all these little tape balls with little picks sticking out of them all over the basement. And my dad was, now noticing that his supply of strapping tape was rapidly depleting. And one day I remember opening the drawer, and it was an amazing moment, because it was like an unspoken acknowledgement that I was using this tape. And in his drawer, instead of the typical 1 or 2 rolls, there was like 6 or 8, 10, like 8 rolls of this stuff. And I just knew that, my dad was out, and he bought more. And he bought more because he knew that I was using it for the guitar. Never said anything. And like I said, that was just so cool about my parents. Like, they just knew that I was going to have to figure out things on my own. And they just gave me space and just encouraged me to be explorative and just go after things. So here I have it. This is my final little tape product. Throughout my life, it's funny, it's like this little new version Isaac hand, and it fits like a tight glove, and I really liked it. And this is, like I said before, when people would be like, haven't you ever thought about having anything made? But wrong, don't listen to other people. Because the way I like this is because it's so tight to my arm, and I already knew what I wanted to play, and I just wanted something to hold it, and it's just like a nice thing. And man, as soon as I started doing that, everything just opened up. And I could just play the way I wanted to play. to me. Like the world of the guitar opened up. My confidence grew. I had my own style of playing. It wasn't like anyone else, obviously. And that's just, it's important to know that I stuck with my gut and I stuck with my instincts and I just went with it. And I was able to, not care that it looked weird and stupid to other people or funky to other people, and I just trusted that it was going to be the end result that mattered, which was me playing a guitar the way I wanted to play the guitar. And I've been doing it now. I've been writing songs for years, and I love the guitar so much. It's a huge part of my life. I enjoy creating with other people, and I'm able to play on a high level, and I'm so glad that this was just one of the many things that I just taught myself and trusted with myself, that I knew I could do it. Another video I could do is talking about me playing, my life playing baseball with one hand, and that's another thing that I was very proud of myself to be able to teach. No one tells you, there's no handbook living with disabilities, and there's no handbook with overcoming your personal obstacles, but that's what makes it intimidating at first. And you don't have to have such a obvious disability, there's no handbook in life how to just be your best self, and I think that's like the beauty of this channel. And, to embrace your uniqueness is to start, changing your focus to embracing yourself and just understanding that you're here to share a really special story, and it's inside of you, it's locked in there, and you just have to learn to really fall in love with yourself and fall in love with your journey. It's that understanding, it's that acceptance, it's that growth mindset. It just accelerates just how powerful you are. And the more you have love for yourself within, and the more confidence you carry yourself within, you can spread that out to other people. And I believe it is so important now more than ever. There's so much tension, hate, and blame in the world that if we could all spend more time building communities based off people who love themselves enough to be able to share love with other people, we could really see a lot of positive change in the world. Everyone's looking for a scapegoat. Everyone's looking for someone to blame. But that's because their focus isn't directed into the right direction. So all of you out there, I'm just going to tell you this. I promise you the answers are inside of you. You have to just spend the time looking in and finding them. Thanks again for tuning in to this channel. Again, please like this video. It helps so much spread the word. The more likes this video gets, the more YouTube likes the video, and the more YouTube likes the video, the more it shows it to other people. And wow, isn't that great? YouTube is just so fantastic like that. Anyway, again, my name's Isaac Merz. Thanks again, and I really appreciate you tuning in today.